It is a sunny night, 88 degrees, feels like 88. We finally have some humidity out of the forecast. Winds 9 miles an hour. We have a beautiful sunlit sky. It is a great night for softball here on the north side of Ankeny. It's Ankeny Centennial hosting number 1 Waukee Northwest here on CISN.TV, along with Kevin Fisher. I'm Paul Yeager. Glad to have you here on this game tonight. And Kevin, we have a rematch already from earlier in the season. Centennial and Northwest have already played 2 games back just a short couple of weeks ago. They were both close games, 2-1, 3-1, both taken by the Wolves tonight. You have 2 teams, 21-3 and 14-9. I'm not going to say heading in opposite directions. I think both are all headed in the same direction. They're all trying to get to Fort Dodge. How do they do it tonight in a good conference matchup like this?
Tonight they're going to have to just be ready to make the plays when they count. You know, every single pitch, every single play is going to matter. We found that out Monday night against Fort Dodge, the Jaguars did. And, Waukee comes in. They're well-versed. They're a well-coached team. And they're going to come after the 2 victories tonight, so we just got to be ready to go.
Jaguars 5-1. That was a close 1-0 game for a long time, and then Fort Dodge took the nightcap 10-1. In that game, Kevin, when you look back at what Centennial did, what'd they do right?
In that game, they started out really well. They played solid defense. The pitching was there. They made the plays where they needed to make them. And then, when the game kind of got away there about the 4th inning, Fort Dodge put a couple runs across, just a couple mental lapses. And tonight, that's what the Jaguars got to they got to eliminate those things tonight, make sure they're playing solid defense, and then put a few hits on the board at the same time.
Well, you have a Northwest team that you could almost argue is a little bit rusty. They haven't played since 2 on Saturday. They played Bettendorf and Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln, winning both of those games easily. They played Friday against East and Southeast Polk in the Jack North tournament. Complete opposite week from last week. They had a whole bunch of games, just a few games this week. They're back to a heavy schedule next week. How do you keep a team motivated to practice when this is a sport that you usually play nonstop?
Well, I think they're going to be motivated no matter what. I mean, when you come across town and playing the CIML, the Metro, with all the teams that have really good athletes, they're well versed. You can tell, they're by the rankings, looking at how strong they are. I don't think it takes a whole lot to get motivated for this type of contest. The coach is going to keep them going through practice, make sure they're going through all their plays, being well versed, and then ready to go. It doesn't take much to get fired up to play something like this tonight.
Well, you see Coach Delaney and Coach Eby at home plate meeting with the umpires tonight. I see Kathy Creighton and Mark Amadeo on the call. Kathy will be behind the plate to start this game. So even right there, you have state tournament officials, which also lends a sense of heightenedness. Maybe the players don't understand it, but you and I and the coaches do, that, hey, whoever assigns games thinks this one's a big one.
Right, it is. You get 2 well-experienced umpires there behind the plate and making the calls on the bases tonight. Kind of a state tournament vibe, pretty much, like you say. And, and I think this is a good time for both these teams to showcase what they have, and it should be a good one.
Waukee Northwest has not been to the state tournament ever, but it's only their first year in existence. But Coach Carrie Eby has. She took Waukee teams. She's won the state title in Fort Dodge. Centennial in the championship game. It's all been about, I've heard you and Andy talk about this one, it's about progression and a program. It's first get a winning season, then it's get to Fort Dodge, then it's advance. Here it is playing on the final day. Last year, they're hoping to play the final day and then, oh, by the way, lift that trophy in Fort Dodge. We'll see how that all shakes out as we're going to have our starting lineup. So we'll pause to listen to those right now. And between these 2 teams.
Features the visitors from Waukee Northwest with an overall record of 21 wins and 3 losses against the home team, Ankeny Centennial, with an overall record of 14 wins and 9 losses. We ask that all spectators exhibit good sportsmanship towards our umpires, our coaches, and our players. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First for our visitors, Waukee Northwest. Leading off and playing second base, number 2, Haley Kroll. In the second spot, playing shortstop, number 17, Reagan Bartholomew. Batting third and catching, number 10, Haley Boyd. Batting cleanup, the center fielder, She wears number 4, Ella Parker. In the 5th spot, the left fielder, number 3, Emily Kleiber. Batting 6th, the right fielder, number 8, Ava Smith. Batting 7th and playing third base, number 5, Kiana Carnes. In the 8th spot, the designated player, number 14, Zuri Patterson. And batting 9th, the pitcher, she wears 00, Maddie Utzman. And the first baseman and the flex player, number 1, Skylar Lamb. The Wolves are coached by assistant coaches Caitlin Williams, Andy Briggs, and Emily Jamison. The head coach is Carrie Eby. And now for the home team, the Centennial Jaguars. Leading off, playing left field, number 3, Peyton Drefke. Batting second, she's in center field, number 15, Mackenzie James. In the 3-hole, the third baseman, number 12, Addie Starr. Batting cleanup for the Jags, the catcher, number 28, Sydney Morris. Batting 5th, the designated player, number 29, Lauren Gustafson. Batting 6th, the right fielder, number 25, Jordan Kennedy. Batting 7th, the first baseman, number 19, Lizzie Klunder. In the 8th spot, the second baseman, number 22, Claire Suarez. And hitting 9th, she wears number 9. She's the shortstop, Cora Boyle. And in the circle tonight, the flex player and pitcher, number 8, Jaden Stair. The Jaguars are coached by assistant coach Megan Heine and head coach Brett Delaney. The umpires for tonight's game, Miss Catherine Creighton is behind the plate, and Mr. Mark Amadeo is on the bases. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please join us and direct your attention to the flag as we honor America.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
At DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, we want you to experience the DeArmond difference.
My dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure your ownership experience is exceptional.
We're completing phase 2 of our major reconstruction project at our Indianola location, providing a state-of-the-art customer lounge and waiting area and soon-to-be all-new showroom, reinvesting back into our communities.
DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. Experience the DeArmond difference today. DeArmondAuto.com.
Hi, it's Amanda with Holt Plumbing and Heating. With inventory tight, Holt not only anticipated the need, but took the risk of stocking up on our most popular products. While our competitors scramble to find furnaces, air conditioners, and water heaters, we have plenty of stock, ready to be installed. Even though we have extra product, now we see demand at an all-time high. To sweeten the deal, we are also offering 0% financing on your new purchase. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Back here at Ankeny Centennial High School on the north side of Ankeny, Iowa, along with Kevin Fisher, I'm Paul Yeager. This game is on CISN game number 1, and on game number 2 we'll be back on Centennial Digital. So if you want to watch both of the games, we'll have both of those calls tonight, Kevin. As we heard those lineups go through there, I was kind of noting one thing in my head. Normally this is something Centennial fans are used to, at least the ones that have been around long enough. When that split happens, you have two of the most recent high schools that have come into Iowa. Iowa City Liberty kind of between the two here. But this is you wonder what that first season's going to be like. You look at this lineup that the Wolves are throwing out there. They're almost all seniors. This is a lot of that Waukee team from last year. They just came north. Not really starting with the cupboard very empty.
No, not at all. It's a lot of familiar faces. Like you say, in that split, a lot of those ladies that were playing for Waukee there last year have shifted over to Waukee Northwest, and we're going to see a lot of the familiar names that you've seen in the past there. And like you say, senior experience on top of that.
Starting off for Waukee Northwest, who will be in their blue uniforms, white belts and white numbers, and letters with Wolves white socks for the majority of the players, whereas Centennial goes with their all-black, Jaguars in gray, and a little bit of white. And we are ready for action as we approach the 5 o'clock hour. It is 5:01, and the first pitch on the way from Star is a called strike. Starting that game at 5:01. Not that anybody keeps track of that, but we do. Digging in is Bailey Kroll. She's playing second in there from the left side, holds the hand up and the bunt, and the second pitch on the way is high for a ball. In the outfield, Drefke, James, and Kennedy left to right. Starr, Boyle, Suarez, and Klunder on the infield. Stair in the circle, and Morris behind the plate. The pitch is on the way, off speed. That one goes high as well, and now ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes, is Kroll looking for a leadoff walk or any way to get on the base at this point. She is very good at getting on base, batting .526 on the season. That 3-0 pitch is fouled back into the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There we go. Now I'll get my count square. Kathy Creighton always helps me out. She'll point those fingers out. She'll point at me if she knows I'm wrong. That's a swing and a miss, and the first out of the game is retired on a strike. First one of the game.
Swinging for the first out in the top half of the first. Bringing up number 17, the shortstop, Reagan Bartholomew.
Bartholomew, a future college player in her own right, headed to the University of Miami in Ohio. Great basketball player, even better softball player. First pitch off speed, lifted in the air towards left. That one's going back and out of here. What a hit by Reagan Bartholomew. Touch them all. It's a home run.
Yeah, Reagan Bartholomew, the senior there, leading the team in RBIs, and just added another one to her column there.
No doubt about that one. As we look at that pitch, it was off speed, and it floated right up into the hitting zone. No jet stream needed for that one. Boy, that was a rocket. I thought it was well hit, and then trying to watch Drefke, she had no chance.
She got a lot of bat on that one. The wind is kind of laid down a little bit tonight. Opposite was Monday night when the wind was blowing in, so a few balls will be able to travel out.
Haley Boyd, next pitch is off the plate. Haley Boyd, a senior, batting .333, catching tonight in that number 3 spot. Stair's pitch is enough to catch the plate, and that's a called strike. That one's fouled into the screen to the right side. And it'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1-0 early on here. Reagan Bartholomew will just have to save a lot of her introduction, because I'm sure it's not the last time we'll be talking about
we'll
Reagan.
mention her name once or twice again.
Stair winds and fires, gets a swing and a miss by Boyd, and another strikeout.
Boyd goes down swinging for the second out for the Wolves in the top half of
Both
the
outs for Centennial come via strikeout.
Number 4, Ella Parker.
So Parker, playing center field, digs in from the right side, bat on the shoulder, flips it up into the air. First pitch inside, hit gloved by Starr. Across the diamond to Klunder. And other than the home run, it's a 1-2-3 inning. Wolves lead by 1.
it's Amanda with Holtz Plumbing and Heating. With inventory tight, Holt not only anticipated the need, but took the risk of stocking up on our most popular products. While our competitors scramble to find furnaces, air conditioners, and water heaters, we have plenty of stock, ready to be installed. Even though we have extra products, now we see demand at an all-time high. To sweeten the deal, we are also offering 0% financing on your new purchase. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
job creators,
friends and neighbors,
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we
are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
obsessively,
relentlessly
at your service.
Wolves strike first with a home run by Reagan Bartholomew. We've played half an inning, 1-0 Waukee Northwest. Centennial will send to the plate. You want to see it again? Let's see it again. It's Bartholomew, just an easy swing. She's such a great player. And that's how Northwest leads. It'll be Drefke, James, and Starr. If anybody gets on, it'll be Morris, Gustafson, Kennedy, Klunder, Suarez, and Boyle. Drefke comes in at a 379 clip, looks in at the pitch for Mutzman, who winds and fires right off the plate for a called first strike. Utzman was their kind of a revelation a couple of years ago for the Waukee team, and now she has become the dominant pitcher for Northwest. And you look at her record, she's 14-0 on the season, 82 innings pitched. Opponents are only batting $121 against her.
Yeah, she's become very dominant on the mound. She is definitely their ace, and you know what? They just follow her lead, knowing that they don't typically have to put a lot of runs on the board when she's on the mound, out there on the mound in the circle. Apologies there. She's done very well for Waukee Northwest.
She's scattered 36 hits over those 82 innings. Runs are even harder to come by. 5 runs on the season, 5 of them are earned. She's in danger here of falling behind to Drefke, who's now ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike. An ERA of .42. That one is upstairs, and Drefke draws a leadoff walk.
Drefke leads off with a walk, bringing up number 15, the center fielder, Mackenzie James.
So Mackenzie James will come in, and we'll see if we go how Coach Delaney looks to play this one. As you've talked about, Kevin, runs are hard to come by. They go the bunt early on, fielded by Carnes, throw on to first, out. Sacrifice by James gets the job done. Drefke down to second.
Yeah, nice sacrifice there by Mackenzie. Laying the bunt down, I think runs are going to be at a premium. Despite the home run that we saw there in the first inning, I think the Jags are going to look to try to see if they can get a couple good at-bats here and push some run across.
The sophomore, Addie Starr, comes in, batting .360 on the season, playing third base. She had part of the put out in the top half of the first. She's needing a base hit here to try to send in Drefke, who reached on the walk. First pitch is a ball. Utzman's pitch is low. So if anything, Utzman's having a little hard time in that zone. She's only walked 11 batters on the season, so normally great control.
Yeah, typically she's got a lot of very good control at the plate. Just a little slower start for her yet tonight.
And so that would be the time when you'd say, this is my time to strike if you're the Jaguars.
Exactly. Time to take advantage and see if they can find a misplaced pitch and drive it somewhere.
The 2-1 is hit towards right. That could get down. If it does, it's going to be trouble, but it's foul by about 6 feet. Smith will chase it down, throw it back in, and we'll do it all over again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Any contact is good if you can find a space. You just don't want to line it off, double off your player. Let's see what Utzman comes back with here. Winds and fires. That one laying off the rise ball is Starr, and the count goes full. The 3-2. Swung on and fouled to the left side. Have you noticed that Centennial struggled to get good contact on any of these pitches?
Well, I was just going to make a comment. They struggled against Jalen Adams on Monday night and a little bit of the Fort Dodge pitching, so I was going to see how they were going to come back tonight.
3-2 is lined towards the gap. That's going to get down and roll all the way to the wall. One hopping it, getting it into second. The throw, the tag, not in time. And Addie Starr with an RBI double ties the game at 1.
Great at-bat there by Addie Starr. Had nice patience, like you said, really worked the count on that at-bat. Able to drive it there into right center. Push the run across, just like we were talking about.
That was the best hit ball that Centennial's had all game. Now, granted, it's only the third batter, but kind of get a sense of things. And Utsman's a little vulnerable here. Comes back with an off-speed pitch to Morris. And the catcher has it go for a called strike.
Morris is another good contact hitter, so they have another good chance here if they can find something to push Addie Starr across the plate.
Utsman winds and fires, and that is going to be over the head and caught! Over the head of shortstop over Bartholomew, but not by much. Nice diving stop is Kleber.
What a great play by Klager out there in left field. Morris just drove that solid, and she made a great drive to catch that and hold the runner at second.
I was watching Bartholomew because I thought it was not as high and it was going to land, but no one hung up just enough for Kleber. It's up to Gustafson to keep the inning going. Off-speed pitch, chopper is fielded by Carnes. Across the diamond, out. Gustafson goes, but not before the Jaguars score a run. They leave one. We've played one. 1-all.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Second to left fielder, number 3, Emily Kleiber.
Kleiber gets in to lead off for the Wolves, and her first pitch is hit up the middle towards Boyle, over to Klunder for the out. One pitch, one out.
Kleiber grounds out to the shortstop Boyle for out number 1.
Good play there by Boyle. Those of you that are Jags fans following along might notice that the infield's a little different tonight. Boyle moves over from second to short, and Suarez is playing second base, which he has played a little bit this year.
First pitch to Smith is outside for a ball. And that's not the only change, right?
Well, typically you'll see Lawrence Lease there at short. I think there was a team personal issue there today, and so anyway, you'll see there was a switch tonight with Boyle over there at shortstop.
Smith's line shot is caught by James in center, so there's quickly 2 away. I think it's only the third pitch, and we're on to the third batter. So the hot-hitting Kiana Carnes hits that one. Boyle on the bounce across, and in time. 4 pitches, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We've played an inning and a half, tied at 1.
Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, we want you to experience the DeArmond difference.
My dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure your ownership experience is exceptional.
We're completing phase 2 of our major reconstruction project at our Indianola location, providing a state-of-the-art customer lounge and waiting area and soon-to-be all-new showroom, reinvesting back into our communities.
DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. Experience the DeArmond difference today. DeArmondAuto.com.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Four pitches ends the Wolves half of the second. Let's see what the Jaguars can do with Jordan Kennedy, Lizzie Klunder, and Claire Suarez. If anybody gets on, Cora Boyle. 1-1's our score here in the bottom of the second. This is a game on CISN.TV. Glad to have you along for the ride. Walked up and the whole Ankeny gang was here. Fantastic to see the guys. Now, where are the real guys at? The ones that are doing the work? The one? I didn't even know you did work. God, I thought Reese did everything. First pitch is fouled back into the screen by Kennedy. You want to talk about a player with, there's two players that we're going to talk about throughout the night with the huge upside to watch. Jordan Kennedy would be one. She sticks her bat head out, and that is going to drop right in front of Parker, and that's going to go in for a double. I think it's going to be a hit all the way. It's going to be a tough play by Parker, but Jordan Kennedy, who's had no shortage of big hits this year. I go back to the Ankeny game on the 12th inning home run that I'm sure we'll be talking about for a long time in her career. She just kind of reached out, stuck the bat head out, flicked the wrist, base hit.
You saw the potential there in that game if you were there that night, the power that she possesses, and she started out house of fire. And it's cooled a little bit since, but still doing really well for an 8th grader.
And there was supposed to be a bunt, and Klunder pulled the bat back. Kennedy didn't see a stop sign. She kept on going, and she steals third. Or maybe that was the play Coach Delaney called. He just did the shrugged his shoulders, so I'm not sure that was what he was calling. But
it worked, whatever it was.
That's that no. Yes!
Yes.
It's one of my favorite coaching moves. So Utzman in a little bit of trouble again. Leadoff double, a runner at third. Klunder, the senior, digs in. Blue bat kind of waves, now holds it still, and that pitch comes inside. And another ball.
Real close on the corner there by Utzman. You know, like I said, she's struggling a little bit here early, but I assume she's going to come around.
Pitch is hit foul down the right side, not a play. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on the changeup, gets away from the catcher. Going down to first will be. And Klunder, she is going to be on. She is going to be at first with the strikeout. It's a drop, 3rd strike, so it still is recorded as a strikeout.
I think everybody got a little bit excited there. The bat got away from Klunder on the swing over towards the Waukee dugout, and I think it was distraction, and she was able to get down to first base on the drop 3rd strike.
And Boyd's not going to make that throw to first when it's that late because she doesn't want Kennedy to come home and score. So now it's runners at the corner, nobody out. 8th place hitter Claire Suarez up. Swung on, first pitch goes up. Hard to get for Suarez. If anything for Utzman, she's facing the bottom part of the lineup. Let's see what Suarez can do. This is sometimes where a game changes dramatically. Swung on, hit well towards center. That's going to be deep enough, and Parker over the shoulder catch. That's going to be deep enough to score Kennedy. And the Jaguars take a lead on the sacrifice fly by Claire Suarez.
Suarez hits a sacrifice fly to deep center field, scoring Kennedy with the 2nd run.
Yeah, great catch out there by Parker in center field, looking back into the sun over the shoulder. I didn't think she was going to grab it there, but then she came up with it, made a great play there. Still let the run come across there. Kennedy from 3rd base got to score on that.
So the leadoff double comes home to score. And we'll see if Klunder will go any further with one out here, and Cora Boyle at the plate. One thing that Coach Delaney told me today, he says, hey, the best part of this season has just been trying to figure out this puzzle. The numbers in the program are good. The bunt is thrown back to first, double off, and no chance. Klunder is going to be knocked off. Boyle bunts out, but the Jaguars score a run. We'll sort it out. Centennial leads 2-1.
It's Amanda with Holt Plumbing and Heating. With inventory tight, Holt not only anticipated the need, but took the risk of stocking up on our most popular products. While our competitors scramble to find furnaces, air conditioners, and water heaters, we have plenty of stock, ready to be installed. Even though we have extra product, now we see demand at an all-time high. To sweeten the deal, we are also offering 0% financing on your new purchase. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
We are
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively,
relentlessly.
At your service.
So Boyle tried putting the ball in play with a bunt. It went up into the air, fielded by Lamb. She turned around and threw to Kroll, who easily doubled off Lizzie Klunder, and that's how the Jaguars were erased in the second. But not before Jordan Kennedy's double comes home. Stolen base and an RBI sacrifice fly by Suarez. So it'll be 8-9-1. Zuri Patterson, Maddie Utzman, and Bailey Kroll due up. Now here's one of those other futures of softball. Zuri Patterson. Heard she swings a mean, hard stick. Kind of a physically imposing player in the batter's box there. She swings, hits it hard towards second. Suarez up and over to Klunder, and Patterson's away on two pitches, one away here in the third.
At second base for out number one in the top half of the third for the Wolves. Now hitting.
Coaches love Patterson's upside, and we'll see how that one goes. So Utzman now will get a chance to bat. First pitch is out of the zone, a ball and a strike. So Stair misses there. You know, Stair's one of those that likes to attack the zone, pretty even keeled.
Yeah, she doesn't get to when you look at her, it doesn't look like she's too excited, whether there is nerves in the stomach or not out there. But she's pretty, like you say, even keeled and attacks all parts of the zone.
Nice pitch there. Catches enough of the corner for Kathy Creighton, rings up the right hand, and it's a ball and two strikes. Chopper towards short. Feeling it on two hops is Boyle. Over to Klunder. Out number two.
Utzman grounds out to Cora Boyle at shortstop for the second.
So that'll bring back the top of the order. Bailey Kroll struck out in her first time at bat. Comes in on the left side of the plate, and we'll do it all again. Infield comes in for Centennial at the corners. Outfield, a couple of steps in than their normal depth. The senior Krull batting .526. Talked about that early on. On base percentage is .604. Well hit there. Boyle is going to have it fall on the transfer over, and no chance to get the speedy Kroll.
That's a tough play there. Hard chopper coming off a left-hander. She's already got a couple step and a half down to the base. That's just a hard play to make. It has to be so clean on every facet of that to make that play.
Kroll batting .604 on base and slugging of .618. And sometimes the really good slappers have numbers like that. And then when you start looking at stolen bases and things like that and just how quick players get around, so we'll see how quickly she goes as she fakes the attempt, and it's a called strike on Bartholomew on the rare take. Off speed, off the plate, throw down to second, not in time. Oh, they said they did get her. Said he came up. Mark Amadeo says that Kroll came off the bag and on the swipe through got her on the tag, and that's how the third ends. 2-1 Centennial.
Morris throws out Kroll at second base for the final out of the third inning. For Waukee, no runs. There was one hit, no errors, and nobody left. We played 2.5.
Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, we want you to experience the DeArmond difference.
My dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure your ownership experience is exceptional.
We're completing phase 2 of our major reconstruction project at our Indianola location, providing a state-of-the-art customer lounge and waiting area and soon-to-be all-new showroom, reinvesting back into our communities.
DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. Experience the DeArmond difference today. DeArmondAuto.com.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Waukee Northwest, Ankeny Centennial. You're like, wait a minute, okay, is that the new school or is that the old school? That's the new schools on both sides of town. If you've been out to Waukee Northwest, fantastic facilities for high school. Kind of the envy of a lot of places right now, especially small colleges even.
It's a beautiful facility.
Peyton Drefke, first pitch is a strike from Maddie Utzman, as she bats here to lead off the third. Drefke, James, and Starr, if anybody gets on, Morris. Waukee Northwest scored 1 in the first, so did Centennial, but the Jaguars had a soft looper there to Drefke, or from Drefke to Carnes is caught, and that's the out.
Drefke lines out to Carnes for the first out in the bottom half of the third, bringing up number 15, the center fielder, Mackenzie James.
But it was the double by Jordan Kennedy coming around to score that's the difference in this ball game here in the third. Mackenzie James, first pitch is high. James had the textbook sacrifice 5-3 back in the first. Bats here with the bases empty. Off speeds, fouled back into the screen. Doubleheader tonight, baseball and softball going on. Always adds a little bit of excitement, action going on the practice football field behind us. Down at Prairie Ridge Baseball Complex. It's championship night for Little League.
That's right.
So all sorts of great things happening up here, not too terribly far apart. And I think I saw our friend Andy Pollack post that AGSA softball sign-up has opened up for the fall season.
That's
as
right.
The pitch is in there for strikes. So the next wave of players, Coach Delaney's saying, our numbers are as high as ever, and you can always attribute that to the youth program.
They have a great youth program here in Ankeny. Just tremendous support for those kids, too, at the same time. And, like I said, the numbers are bigger than they've ever been.
Not too shabby at Waukee either, both at Northwest and at Waukee. I mean, there's a reason those facilities get built. It's because there's so many games and so many opportunities and needs. Hit towards short, going over on the backside. Bartholomew makes it look easy, but she couldn't account for the speed of Mackenzie James, who gets down the line.
Fine play by Bartholomew.
Great stop there by Bartholomew. Made the throw, just didn't get there in time. James beat the throw out. Good hustle down the first base line to get on the bag.
So Addie Starr had an RBI double her last at-bat. If she can get that down here, we might have another run. First pitch flutters out of the zone. And Utzman falls behind, a ball and a strike. A ball and no strikes. Utzman winds. Ball comes in. On Star. No pitch comm here like you have in Major League Baseball, where you can still having to look at the signs.
That's right.
The 2-0 is high. Star not getting too much around the plate. That might be by design. The pitch. Called strike.
Addie's a good patient hitter. You know, she is a sophomore, but she's a little bit more wise beyond her years, I'd say, for a player than some other sophomores that are out there.
The 3-1 misses, and there'll be 2 on. With Addie Starr drawing the walk.
Moving Mackenzie James to second base. Now hitting the cleanup hitter, number 28, the catcher, Sydney Morris.
So Morris hit it hard to left in her last at-bat. One of the best defensive plays you'll see in any game, if not in any week of competition. First pitch to Morris is a called strike.
Morris is another good contact hitter. You know, over the years I've had a chance to coach her, and just she's always up at the plate looking to drive the ball somewhere, looking for you to make that mistake.
Change up there, misses. Man, the good change-ups just make you buckle at your ankles. Always kind of, ha-ha!
Yeah.
Just got to time it right, and you can really hit it. The pitch to Morris. Fastball in there, just off the plate. One thing about Utzman, maybe not the best at changing pitches. She's very good at changing placement with her pitches.
Good location pitcher, definitely. She does that a lot. Does a great job of doing that.
This one comes in, gets in on the hands. It's going to get out of play and onto the net over the fans on the third base side of the diamond here. So I believe I'm supposed to keep a tally of how many end up into the net. So that's 1. I know these games you guys play up
We
here.
had the first ball go through the circle in the hole.
That's what I...
About a week ago.
And so that hitter won a big stuffed animal bear, right?
Yes.
Like they were at Adventureland?
Yeah, just like at the carnival.
Yeah. Threw my shoulder out, winning her that teddy bear, as Tim McGraw would say. The 2-2 on the way, coming from Utzman here in the third. 2 on, 1 out. Foul will do it all again. This is a great at-bat here between Utzman and Morris.
Yeah, like I said, Sid is a good contact hitter. She doesn't strike out very often. Usually the ball's going to be put in place somewhere on the, and just a good contact hitter.
We'll do it again. Hit up the middle. Base hit. That's going to get by. 1 run's going to come in. Here comes the throw up the line. Not in time. James scores. Starr stays at second, but Morris the RBI single.
Morris doing her job again there. Just what we were talking about. Always looking for contact. Able to drive it through there just past the second baseman. Push another run across. These are crucial runs right now, too. I'll guarantee it.
When I don't cover a team as much, I always get confused on the courtesy runner. Hannah McSparron goes down to first for the catcher, Morris. The pitch to Lauren Gustafson. Off-speed hit, fielded by Carnes over to first to get the out. Runners move up. Both now into scoring position for Jordan Kennedy.
Gustafson grounds to Carnes.
I know it's not a sacrifice, Kevin, but it might as well be.
Very similar swinging bunt type of sacrifice there. But put runners in scoring position, see what Jordan Kennedy can do.
Well, she was out in front of that pitch, kind of an off-speed change-up type. See what Kennedy can do, and she sits back on this pitch. Coming with 2 outs. That first one's off the plate for a ball. (3-1) Centennial here in the third. That pitch catches the bottom corner of the plate.
Jordan Kennedy is their hits leader still on the year with 25. Still batting .397. impressive numbers for an 8th grader.
The pitch is popped up on the infield. That's playable, catchable, and it is by Kroll. So the Jaguars leave 2. They do score another run. They lead 3-1 after 3.
It's Amanda with Holt's Plumbing and Heating. With inventory tight, Holt not only anticipated the need, but took the risk of stocking up on our most popular products. While our competitors scramble to find furnaces, air conditioners, and water heaters, we have plenty of stock, ready to be installed. Even though we have extra product, now we see demand at an all-time high. To sweeten the deal, we are also offering 0% financing on your new purchase. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
We are
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively,
relentlessly.
At your service.
Bartholomew, Boyd, and Parker due up for Northwest. And if you look at some of Northwest's games this year, Kevin Fisher, not a lot of close games for Northwest. They had a 2-0 win to start the year against Ankeny and a 2-0 game against Fort Dodge. 2-1, 3-1. Their two of their closest games are against Centennial. 3-1 was the score in the nightcap of that game back on the 6th of June. Here we are at 3-1, but the score is reversed. Bartholomew hits it up the middle base hit. It's going to get by a diving Boyle and into left field for a single to start the 4th. What I mean by where I'm going with this, because, sometimes I might meander, is close games and Northwest not used to being down much this year.
Right, a little different look for them. I know they've run-rolled several teams this year. I was looking at that, some of those scores there back in the first part of the year, and typically they get out in front of you and then shut you down on the defensive side.
Out at first and safe at second as Bartholomew's erased on the tag by Suarez. So Boyd to first on a fielder's choice. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. So for you is how Bartholomew is knocked out, and Boyd will stay at first. A lot of run rules. I was looking at a Mason City 12-1, 12-0, and Des Moines East a 14-3. Not real close games over the weekend.
Yeah, they've definitely put they're not all just about pitching and defense.
And the courtesy runner is at first, and is Elena Schulte. At the plate right now is Ella Parker. For a quick throw down towards the courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner at first is Elena Schulte, running for Haley Boyd.
I forgot my eraser on my pencil. Down the line, hits the bag. That's fair ball. It's going to go into right field. Coming up, throwing, going to third. Not cut off. Going all the way to the bag will be Schulte as Parker with the base hit. Can't get any closer to being on the line than hitting the base.
It was very close there. Almost looked like it was going to hit the safety bag, but I think it was just on right in the middle of both the regular bag and the safety bag, and that's ruled a hit if it hits any part of that regular bag.
So Kleiber will bat. With 2 on, they throw down to second, but it's cut off by Boyle. So now it's runners at second and third. The force is erased, but it's a base hit from being a tie game. Off speed, hit to the right, foul and out of play. One out here in the top of the 4th. Stair shakes off, takes the second pitch, goes high.
Stair can be careful here. She's out front, 1-2 right now. Don't try to give them anything too special to hit. See if they maybe get a bite on a pitch maybe a little bit off the plate here.
Hit towards the middle. Boyle, only play is to first, gets the out. Runner stays at second is Parker, but scoring is Boyd, and the lead is cut to 1, 3-2 Northwest.
Schulte scores the second Waukee Northwest run, and the 2 out. Now hitting number 8, the right fielder, Ava Smith.
So Smith in her last at-bat, line to center. First pitch off speed is a strike. Good change-up to open up that at-bat. Hit up the middle. That's going to be a base hit and might score a run to tie it. Here comes the throw. Not cut off, not in time. Down to second is Ava Smith, and we're tied at 3.
Ava Smith with a single up the middle.
Nice solid hit there by Smith out to right center. And Jags electing to try to make the throw to the plate there, which allowed Smith to get down to second base.
We'll see what that does to keep, if this line keeps moving for Northwest or not. First pitch is off the plate. Carnes in her last at-bat grounded out to short. Hit towards right at first base person Klunder. She grabs it. No need to do anything more than throw it back to the circle. We're tied at 3 going to the bottom of the 4th.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
One of the things Coach Eby told me before the game about a new squad, yes, she coached a lot of these girls last year with Waukee, is that it's a chance to start new traditions. It's time to, you can't really talk about the old, we can start things new. Sound familiar, any Jaguar fans?
Yes, it does. We remember that from a couple years ago, and like you say, you just start your new traditions and you build and you take little steps, and you can see where those things can go. We split a few years ago, and you can see the success that Ankeny Centennial has had in the last couple state tournaments, making it there. And I think Waukee Northwest is doing the same thing.
Klunder, Suarez, and Boyle to bat for the Jaguars. And sometimes it might not be that first hire, it might be the fourth hire.
Right.
As Coach Delaney is now settled in and absolutely put his thumbprint on this program, top to bottom.
Yeah, he wasn't here, initially when they split, but then came in a couple years after that. And like you said, he's definitely put his mark on the program. And Jaguars are in a good spot right now.
1 ball and 1 strike to Klunder. Utzman's pitch. Nice off speed. Catches the plate. Makes it a ball and 2 strikes. And Coach Eby's fully aware of that. I always kind of wonder why an established coach with a successful program will make that move. But it's, again, just a chance, something that very few people get to do. Well hit towards left. Coming over and making another great grab is Kleiber in left.
Another really good hustle play there by Kleiber. Coming across, almost ended up in center field by the time she caught that ball. Looking into the sun, that's a tough play.
Number 22, the second baseman, Claire Suarez.
Yeah, I wrote Kleiber down, and I keep debating to myself, did I write down the right way to pronounce her name? Base hit up towards center in front of Parker. That thing was on a rope. It didn't get much higher than the heads of the infielders. With Suarez with the hit.
Now hitting the shortstop, number 9, Cora Boyle.
Boyle to bat here. The sophomore popped out to first. Back in the second. Bats here in the fourth. Tied at 3. Runner at second. Or runner at first. It's Clunder. Kathy Creighton makes her way back from the first base dugout. Now back to the plate. Points. We're ready to play. Nice off speed there. The bottom just kind of fell out of that pitch. Swing and a miss.
Nice little drop out on the bottom of that pitch by Otzman.
I'm actually watching the monitor. I should actually do that since you can do that occasionally in television. I'm not used to doing that, as anybody who's watched me do a game over the years. There's the look behind home. Out in the outfield, the camera there underneath the scoreboard. And then we have the look that we see here from the press box above the field. We see on the scoreboard 3-4 Northwest, 3-4 Centennial. That one's popped up but out of play onto the right side. And we'll continue the 0-2 pitch. Kleiber, Parker, and Smith out in the outfield for Northwest. Carnes, Bartholomew, Kroll, and Lamb. Goes the infield left to right. Boyd is the catcher. And swinging and pulling it foul is Boyle.
Boyle doing a good job here with 2 strikes. Staying with the at-bat. See if she can extend it out. See if she can find a way to push Claire Suarez over to second. Get her into scoring position.
The 0-2 coming. Popped up. This one might stay in, but extremely hard play for Boyd as she put her right hand on the fence, stuck the left hand, kind of had to come in right on her body. Almost an impossible play. It drops for a foul ball yet again. Utzman's pitch. Swung on again. This one goes into the screen on the 4th floor.
Jags were trying a little hit and run there. Suarez was taken off on that pitch.
Boyle, a .231 hitter on the season. Swung foul and in towards the warm-up pitching area behind the first base dugout. On deck, it's Peyton Drefke. If he can just turn this lineup over. We got a ball onto the field. Baseball comes foul. It's almost like a comet comes flying in.
It comes crashing in here. You'll find out the proximity of our baseball and softball fields lend to seeing a few baseballs once in a while will make its way. That's why we have the net. I don't know if you can see it on the screen, but that's why you have the net up above in the stands here.
Now 0-2 goes out of the zone as Utzman trying to see if Boyle would chase. She did not. Good at bat for Cora. Utzman kind of leans forward with that right foot on the rubber, leans back, rocks and fires. Nice pitch. That had some great movement on it.
It did, but Boyle's sticking with it. I love her approach at this at bat.
Centennial 14-9 on the season. Waukee Northwest 21-3. Hit towards a diving Kroll, and it's going to be into center. And Boyle, what an at-bat. She fouls off one pitch after another, moves up the runners, and stays on herself. So now Peyton Drefke will come to the plate. Her 3rd at-bat here in the bottom of the 4th, and a 3-3 tie.
Great job by Boyle. About a 10-pitch at-bat there. Just stuck with it, got the hit.
Foul tip back into the glove of Boyd, who grabs a hold for strike 1. Kroll, Bartholomew, and Parker have been busy. A lot of hits right up the middle today in this first game. Let's see where Drefke goes with it, who's walked and lined out to third base in her game.
Drefke's another one of those good contact hitters. Usually she'll get the ball and play for you somewhere. Try to drive her run across here. She's got a good opportunity here with runners on first and second.
The 0-2. That one was going to be a ball, but she just absolutely turned and hammered that one off of her hands and out of play.
A little inside on that one. Could probably let that one go. Almost up on her wrist and hand there when she swung.
Let's check the location of Utzman's pitch here. It's down the middle, but it was rising up. Change up hit towards left. It's going to be off the glove of Klaber. Runners are going to advance. It's going to be bases loaded. Kleiber there, fighting the sun, fighting the ball, tailing away from her. And the bases are full of Jaguars here in the fourth.
Another good at-bat there by Drefke. She's a multi-sport athlete, good golfer. Just finished 15th in the girls' state tournament this past season. Good all-around athlete.
The golf season that never warmed up, you mean? Until the last week?
It took a while. The weather was slow this year.
Mackenzie James. Sack bunt in the first, single, and scored a run in the third. Batting again here in the fourth with one out. Suarez at third, Boyle at second, Drefke at first. The pitch. Off speed, floats in, and misses. Boy, that one looked good.
Looked like a good location there by Otzman. I must have been just a little bit up.
The 1-1. Hit in the air, but right at the catcher. With a foot away from being in fair territory, James is retired on the foul ball out. So now you can go back and just get a play at any base and get out of the inning. But Starr, who had a double to start the scoring in the first and a walk in the third, bats here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the fourth. Utzman in the circle, the pitch. Starts her with the changeup and misses. Utzman, the 1-0. Inside, part of the plate, and it evens the count at a ball and a strike. Northwest put 2 on the board in their half of the fourth, the first crooked number we've had. Starr trying to change that for her Jaguars. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Foul tick caught by Boyd. And now the Wolves are a strike from getting out of this bases loaded jam. Addie Starr looks, holds the bat still. Fouls it back into the screen. Again, up in on the hands, Kevin.
That seems to be the location when she gets ahead in the count. She tries to get it up, either up or up in the hands where the batter can't reach it. And Starr was just able to foul that off.
The 1-2. Chopper towards third. All having Carnes has to do is step on the bag to get out of the inning. Jaguars lead 3. We've played 4, tied at 3.
Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, we want you to experience the DeArmond difference.
My dad and I are in the dealership every day to ensure your ownership experience is exceptional.
We're completing phase 2 of our major reconstruction project at our Indianola location, providing a state-of-the-art customer lounge and waiting area and soon-to-be all-new showroom, reinvesting back into our communities.
DeArmond Ford Indianola and DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. Experience the DeArmond difference today. DeArmondAuto.com.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Hey, be sure to check out our new podcast, the CISN Radio, which you can find on the Apple, Spotify, and Google podcast apps. From the preps to the pros, your favorite CISN on-air personalities will cover everything that makes sports great in Central Iowa. That's CISN Radio, available wherever you get your podcasts. Peace out, Dave Mabel. That's Dave's baby, I understand. Yeah, all sorts of, I think they're trying to, I heard Tom Wilson will be a guest, the head coach football at Dowling and athletic director, and Brad Rose, activities director at Waukee. Two of the better guys in Central Iowa when it comes to dealing with sports. Zuri Patterson in for the Wolves here. So we move to the top of the 5th. That pitch is out of the zone. You know, I get a little spoiled that when you're not following one specific team, you get to kind of deal with all of these coaches and athletic directors, activities directors, and not saying you pit one against each other, but you get to know them a little bit better and spend some time chatting and their approaches to athletics, and it's supposed to be about the kids, isn't it, Kevin?
It is. It's definitely about the kids, and there's a lot of great adult coaches that are out there taking care of all these kids, doing the things they do, putting the hours in, all the time and effort that they do to give them the best opportunity, whatever sport that they are playing. And like you say, we have a lot of them in the Des Moines region.
It's supposed to be about the kids. That's when the parents, I'm sorry, I'm one of them. You just lay out and let the kids work that out with their coaches. Coaches here are trying to put the best. They want to win just as much as anybody, and they know what they're doing. And I know you may have coached for 6-8 years with them in youth as this ball, Zuri Patterson puts it foul down the third baseline. You may have spent 6 or 8 years coaching them in youth, but I love talking to these varsity coaches that we have across the state, and they know their stuff, and I yield to them. And as a parent, I think if we would just yield a little bit more. Swing and a miss, Patterson out. And I'm off my soapbox.
But you're exactly right. You know, these coaches have put in the time. They're very well experienced, and, you know, you just have to trust in them. And as a parent, you know, put your faith in that they're going to do the right thing for the kids, and they do.
Utzman's first pitch lifted towards center, going back, and then coming in is James to make the grab, and there's 2 away.
We go back to the top of the order for the Wolves. Number 2, second baseman Bailey Kroll.
I know. As Bailey Kroll digs in, I talked to a veteran basketball coach at the state tournament this year, and he was like, you know, they're having a good season. They ended up having a really good season. If I tell you a little bit more, I might give away the coach that said this. He says, I was always afraid to open up my email on Monday. And this is a guy who'd coached 3, almost 4 decades and still was being questioned by some parents. And I just don't understand that.
Yeah, you know, it's we see it even more in this. We've seen it more in this day and age. Some of those things but I think it's still such a small percentage. I think sometimes social media kind of gets maybe a little bit too much. But you know, these 99% of these coaches they're doing their darndest to make sure everything is right for the kids. And like I said, we just got to keep our faith in them, trust the processes, and, you know, and sometimes we have to kind of remove ourselves as the parent and trust that they're going to do the right thing for our kids.
Pitch goes out of the zone, 2 balls and a strike. I asked a multi-state championship basketball coach a couple of years ago, hey, how do you deal with parents? He says, well, Paul, I'm going to stop you right there. I don't deal with them. I work with them. And just one word can make all the difference. And what he talked about, and I've talked about this several times before, is the expectations game. What is your expectations for your child? Are you thinking that they are a varsity, all-conference, all-state? Swing and a miss. And that'll make the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Bailey Kroll. Or is your kid going to be the 9th off the bench? And setting some expectations, always room for improvement. But if you're not showing up to the off-season workouts, lifted in the air towards left, going back to make the grab is going to be Peyton Drefke, and the Wolves are retired. 1, 2, 3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th, tied at 3.
Hi, it's Amanda with Holt Plumbing and Heating. With inventory tight, Holt not only anticipated the need, but took the risk of stocking up on our most popular products. While our competitors scramble to find furnaces, air conditioners, and water heaters, we have plenty of stock, ready to be installed. Even though we have extra product, now we see demand at an all-time high. To sweeten the deal, we are also offering 0% financing on your new purchase. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
community protectors,
and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively,
relentlessly
At your service.
Sydney Morris, Lauren Gustafson, Jordan Kennedy scheduled up for the Jaguars. On their home diamond tonight at Ankeny Centennial High School against Waukee Northwest. We're tied at 3. Wolves scored 2 in the 4th after a 3-1 lead that the Jaguars had, as they had scratched a tally over each of the first 3 innings. And now it's approaching crunch time of the game, Kevin, where we find out who can scratch one across, and it starts with just getting on base.
Right. It's that time of the game, here we are in the bottom of the 5th where, 1 or 2 runs could be the difference in this game. These pitchers are kind of settling in a little bit here, so any runs will be very important.
Lifted in the air towards right, coming in, calling off the second baseman is Smith. She'll give it to Kroll on the catch, but it's 1 out here. Morris retired, F9. Or are you one of those in your scorebook that write 9, not F9? Because what else would it be if it's just 9?
Right. I put F9 in there. I put the letter in there.
See, but I would just write 9, and my wife got on me one time. She goes, "What do you mean? Well, why would you not put an F?" I go, "Well, if it's a 9, that means she caught the ball."
That's true. That is true.
But I lost that one. I think I looked on the internet.
I learned that one actually from my wife because all those years of coaching, she was the scorebook keeper. And I didn't do any of that. So I deferred to her.
Yes. Lauren Gustafson. She's 0 for 2 tonight. 2 ground outs to third base. This one, though, is hit right on the nose and over the head of Parker. It's going to roll all the way to the wall, hustling into second with a stand-up double. With 1 out is Gustafson.
Gustafson with a double to center field.
You've done this long enough to know once you start pointing out somebody's not hitting, they hit, right?
That's right. You break the curse, or you cause it. Sometimes the announcer's curse comes along. I've seen that before too.
This guy's hit 37 free throws in a row. Clank. The pitch to Jordan Kennedy. I've done that several times, yes. I'm guilty of that. Jordan Kennedy. Double, back in the 2nd. Fly out in the 4th. Bats with 1 out. Pitch catches the plate. Nice placement. Now we have a hard time telling height. We can tell location to an extent from up here, but you can't quite tell how that pitch moves when you're not sitting behind home. But again, great placement by Utzman.
Yeah, we can tell, though, that she's moving the ball around different spots, like we talked about location.
Hit towards Bartholomew. The backhanded throw across the diamond makes the play, and out at first is Kennedy, but does the job by moving up the runner.
Kennedy grounds to shortstop Bartholomew second out in the inning. Gustafson moves up to third. Now hitting number 19, first baseman Lizzie Klunder.
Klunder flied out to left back in the fourth and reached on a strikeout back in the second. First pitch is low for a ball. The thing about Bartholomew is, she played second base before. She's played on that infield. Softball, always a really good sport for her, played basketball, but she had aspirations of playing basketball for a lot of her career. But when you play with, say, four different Division I players on the team, think of Katie Dinnebeer, who was a Miss Iowa basketball during Bartholomew's junior season, and just great players. You would want to say, hey, you know what, I am going to go play basketball. But when you're the fifth of those five, you're like, you know what, I am pretty good at softball, and Bartholomew is probably going to be one of the best players on any softball diamond she steps onto.
Yeah, really good athlete. And like you say, sometimes when you're the fourth or fifth best basketball player, sometimes you get a little bit overlooked, unfortunately, because everybody's looking at, like you said, a Katie Dinnebeer who went to Drake. Sometimes they miss you.
And sometimes the offense might not be to you or the defense is to. But, I mean, here's the thing. Bartholomew this year in that first year for Coach Guess in basketball, a called strike here on Klunder, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. A lot of games, Bartholomew kept them in, and the Wolves were kind of sniffing there at the state tournament.
Right. She's one of those players, a lot of times, sometimes the stats don't always show up, but she's kind of that glue that keeps things together.
And that's a called third strike. Klunder out on strikes. The Jaguars leave a runner. We go to the top of the 6th, all tied up.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
As we ride into the 6th inning for Northwest, they'll send 2, 3, and 4. We talked about Reagan Bartholomew, so why does she not lead off the inning? Because she does. Bartholomew with a hit up the middle, one hops to James, and Bartholomew takes the first pitch and may change the context of this game. Bartholomew, a home run back in the first, that it was no doubt.
Now hitting number 10, the catcher, Haley.
Hard to get her out.
Yeah, just a tough at bat. When she's batting a little over 500 for the season, you know you're facing a tough at bat every time.
The bunt is stabbed at by Boyd, and it pops it up. She's lucky that didn't go straight up into territory for Morris to grab.
Sure, Waukee is going to be looking to try to get Bartholomew down to second and push a run across here because getting to that point in the game, top of the 6th, run's going to be crucial.
Inside pitch just right up above the batting gloves of Boyd is fouled back into the screen, and now she's got a bat with 0-2. Figure out a way to move up Bartholomew. Who has more pressure here on this situation?
I think it's the batter trying to lay down that bunt because the coach wants you to get that runner over to second base.
And Stair does her part to see how nervous Boyd is. Boyd is the third place hitter, so pretty solid batter. Off speed, quick throw back down to first, not in time. And that one is a called third strike, so Boyd cannot move the run up.
Boyd goes down looking for the first out for the Wolves in the top half of the sixth.
And that is the fourth strikeout of the game for Stair.
Hello, Parker.
A lot of contact in the middle part of this game. Bartholomew running to second. The throw comes at the exact same time, and Bartholomew is caught stealing. Morris the throw, Boyle the tag. There's two away here in the sixth.
Wow, I thought Bartholomew got a good jump there, but Morris made a great throw. Boyle covered the bag really well there at second base and got the tag before she reached the bag.
Hit towards right, going to get down. Here's the throw to first. In time. Kennedy to Klunder. And the Wolves are erased here in the sixth.
Hi, it's Amanda with Holt Plumbing and Heating. With inventory tight, Holt not only anticipated the need, but took the risk of stocking up on our most popular products. While our competitors scramble to find furnaces, air conditioners, and water heaters, we have plenty of stock, ready to be installed. Even though we have extra products, now we see demand at an all-time high. To sweeten the deal, we are also offering 0% financing on your new purchase. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
We
We
are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are.
Obsessively
relentlessly.
At your service.
Three as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Northwest and Centennial here, along with Kevin Fisher. I'm Paul Yeager on this game on CISN tonight. Game 1 of 2. We're going to play 2. It'll be games 3 and 4 of the season between these two teams. Northwest took the first 2 back on the 6th of June. Centennial at least trying to hold serve. First pitch is off the hands. It's going to bounce about 3 feet behind the catcher and go roll to the screen. It's a lot of activity for just a foul ball.
A little fortunate there for Suarez. Gets another chance. It's just one of the harder plays for a catcher to make. Ball goes straight up and it doesn't go very high. And it just behind her, trying to get that location. You have to communicate that pretty well to try to make that play.
Suarez's bat has come up big in her previous 2 at bats. She had a sac fly that scored a run back in the 2nd and a single back in the 4th. Bats here in the 6th on a ball low, so she's ahead in the count, 2 balls and a strike. Chopper towards the left side. Bartholomew can get a glove on it, but cannot quite slow it down before going into the outfield. So Suarez on again to lead off things for Centennial here in the 6th.
Great at bat there by Claire. Got a second chance there after that little pop-up behind the catcher, and she took advantage of it.
Cora Boyle had a single her last at-bat. So the Wolves put on their leadoff runner. Bunt is down. It gets down in front of Lamb. Throws it wide of first. Going to third is going to be Suarez. Coming back to first is Boyle. She did not make an effort to go to second, so she is safe at first. So Boyle, I think that's probably going to be an E on Lamb. She kind of bobbled that and then threw wide of the base.
Boyle reaches first on the here. Suarez moves to third.
So now Suarez will be at third, Boyle at first, and top of the order, Peyton Drefke. Very similar innings shaping up to here on the 4th, but the Wolves would like to have it end the way it did in the 4th, with no runs being scored and 3 Jaguars on base. Carrie Eby goes out into the circle to hold a little team meeting.
Yeah, we saw back there in the 4th inning, Jags kind of had something going there. And then unfortunately on the bunt attempt, get doubled up at first base. and it was a little bit of a rally killer. We'll see if they can work their way through this a little bit differently this time. They've got a great scoring opportunity here with runners at first and third.
Drefke had a single. No sign of a bunt here with runners at the corner, and also no movement to sack it for Boyle. First pitch ball. Runners in at the corners, just a little bit. Lamb is cheating in front of the bag. That pitch is low as well, so Utzman not giving Drefke much to hit here. Base hit would likely score 1. If it's deep enough, maybe 2, but we'll see what Drefke can do. That pitch is a strike. Good location by Utzman.
Yeah, great pitch there by Utzman. Outside corner, tailing away, just caught the corner. Great pitch.
Game 1 tonight here on CISN. Game 2, we'll move over to Centennial Digital. That pitch is in there for a called strike as well, and the count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Went right back to that same spot. See what she does here with this one.
Drefke just trying to stay out of the line drive and the double play. Rips it on the inside part, kind of where I thought she was going to go. Didn't think she'd try to sneak one off that outside of the plate, but doesn't mean she won't try to go there now. The pitch. Hit right on a line back to third, and they have off the bag, doubling off. Carnes, the exact thing you did not want to happen if you're Centennial. A line drive, watch it again, goes right to Kroll, and then over to Carnes. Doubles are off. Oof.
Tough situation there for the Jags. Suarez was just taking too quick of a lead there from third base, not seeing the line drive get through.
Popped up between center, and it's going to get out of the glove. James is going to knock Boyle to third, so not done yet are the Jaguars as James with the hit. That one was a tough play for Parker, who was playing plenty deep.
Yeah, she was trying to come in there quite a ways. Almost made the play just off the tip of the glove and snuck away.
Starr a double in the first, walked in the third, fielder's choice in the fourth, trying to play hero in the sixth. First pitch inside for a ball.
Now with 2 outs, the runners can think a little differently here. Anything hit, obviously they're going to be on the go, whereas before they just didn't freeze up on that line drive.
Pitch is hit towards the right side, not a play. Big place for your third place batter, Addie Starr, here to be the hero of this game 1. Utzman looks in, rocks, fires, lays off the changeup. Does Starr. .362 for the Wolves, .390 for the Jags. Hit in the air, but playable for Parker. She'll take a half a step in, corral the ball, make the catch, and end the inning. We go to the 7th, tied at 3.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Both teams have had chances, left a lot of runners on base, but really a pretty clean game there, Kevin Fisher. What do you think?
They've done a good job. I mean, and the pitchers have done a decent job too. We've seen some hitting tonight, but we've seen a lot of good pitches thrown by both pitchers. Just some good at-bats by both teams, though, at the same time. And we're in a really good, solid 3-3 ball game here in the 7th.
Off speed, catches the plate on Emily Kleiber. On deck, Ava Smith. In the hole, Kiana Carnes. That's 5-6-7 for Coach Eby. That pitch cannot lay off. I will challenge any baseball player to stand in on a rise ball and not swing. You cannot on a great pitch. Great location. Stair thought she had strike 3 there. Just kind of did a little bit of just kind of stretched her back on a quick motion backwards. The 2-2. Off speed, high again. Count goes full. So if the Wolves can get the leadoff runner here, doesn't mean anything because both of these teams last inning put their leadoff batter on and nothing happened. But a leadoff walk is what the Wolves have here in this top of the 7th. Smith, who's 1 for 2, will come in. And Coach Carrie Eby comes out. Looks like we're going to have, I think we're going to have a pinch runner. 6 for 3, so that's the same runner as that we had before, Elena Schulte. So Schulte enters the game now as the pinch runner, not the courtesy runner. So, trying to get your speediest player that you have on the bench on the bases. Smith fouls the first one back into the screen. Stair looks in, winds and fires. Pitch goes high. Sometimes you can be a little too careful in these situations.
Right, she's got to continue to go through her routine.
Nice pitch from Stair, called strike.
Just like that. Keep going through the routine each time. Don't get over, excited. Maintain your same pace. Just take care of business.
Ava Smith looks in, rips it towards short. Only play is over first. Kind of a floater from Boyle, but gets the job done. Smith is erased. However, Smith does move up Kleiber. One away here in the 7th. Kiana Carnes. Carnes, a .394 hitter on the season. First pitch is fouled to the right side, right in front of the fans sitting there between the dugout and the pavement that is part of the backstop here. Carnes Juniors had 3 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs this season, 16 RBIs. Looking to get 17 here with a runner at second. Running a long way down is Schulte, who's moved up to second. And I would imagine anything close hit into play. Schulte's going to be trying to round third and score.
One thing.
Go ahead.
My apologies there, Paul. One thing I was going to say is Waukee just over the years has always been good hitters. So no matter where we're at the lineup, you're going to be looking for somebody to drive a ball here somewhere.
Carnes looks at a pitch that is a called strike, and she's down to her last strike now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. How disciplined are you now? Stairs pitch. Hit towards second, off the glove of Klunder. The throw over to third, not in time. So that is going to be, Carnes will reach.
Schulte over to third base.
So Schulte goes to third. Carnes at first on the hit, off the glove of Klunder. It was a tough play to her right. And now the infield. Starr and Klunder come in just a little bit on Patterson. Patterson's 0 for 2. Bats from the left side. First pitch catches enough of the plate to earn a strike. All Patterson has to do is just find some open field to give her team a lead. Hit towards the third base side, but well out of play.
Yeah, she'll just be looking to put a ball in play here, possibly, depending where the location is, may be able to push the runner across from third.
And now the 0-2. Not chasing is Patterson.
And Waukee's kind of, they're not pushing the runner from first over to second, see if the Jags want to challenge or not. Kind of sitting back and waiting to see what action develops.
Time on. Oh, no. We had a baseball come on. You heard some fans calling for time, but the home plate umpire let the action continue. They chased the baseball down. Throw it back. That's one of those that, can always disrupt just enough concentration. But here's the thing, Kevin. These girls have played on diamonds with close fields. They're used to this happening. The 1-2 is high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, exactly. They're always, they know those things can happen, and they've been told over the years, it's just you keep playing until the umpire stops everything. And depending what happens, let the umpire make that final decision, but keep playing the game.
Zuri Patterson, ground ball left side. It's bobbled by shortstop Boyle, and a run scores. Schulte comes across to give the Wolves a 4-3 lead.
Patterson reaches first and short.
So Patterson, the fielder's choice, but that's really an error. So Patterson will go out, and we'll have coming in to run Natalie Watts. And Utzman, she has 1 run to work with in her half when she goes into the circle, but the catcher Morris calls time, holds a little team meeting there in the circle. What are you saying right now?
Well, I think they're just discussing what they're going to do with the runner. You're in a situation now where you don't really want to go into the bottom of the inning down more than 1 run. You got to see what we can do to get out of this inning. Being down just 1 rather than facing a 2 or 3 run deficit.
Even if Boyle would have fielded that cleanly, I still think they only get an out. The run still scores on that play.
I agree. I think she probably had a couple thoughts in her head when that was coming her way, and unfortunately didn't come up with it right away. And the runner was able to come across, and also Waukee didn't lose an out there.
So Northwest bats with 1 out. Again, runners at the corner. Maddie Utzman. The pitch. Fouled into the screen. Behind home. Stair winds and fires. Bunt shown. Foul. Squeeze was on. And Utzman did everything she could just to protect herself.
Yeah, the pitch came in a little on her hands there. And like you said, that was the designed play of what they were trying to do. They were trying to squeeze across that second run. She just bunted it foul, though.
Thing about 1 run is you'd like 2. The pitch. Hit in the air towards right, might get another run home, but it's very short. The throw home is not in time. Kind of a short throw from Kennedy. And scoring another run is Carnes. So Utzman gets another run across. Second out of the inning, but top of the order, Bailey Kroll, and Coach Eby would love to have Kroll get on so she could have Bartholomew bat.
Yeah, they're in a good situation now, coming back around to the top of their order. Jags have got to try to figure a way to get out of this. They got their 2 outs. They just got to figure out how to get the last one.
As we pause for just a moment. Time is called. Now we're ready to go. Kroll, who gets down the line in a hurry, shows bunt, pulls it back, slaps it towards third. Gloving it is Starr. Across the inning, and the Jags need 2 to tie, 3 to win. We'll have the bottom of the 7th in a moment. This is CISN.
Kroll grounds out to Starr to end the
Hi, it's Amanda with Holt's Plumbing and Heating. With inventory tight, Holt not only anticipated the need, but took the risk of stocking up on our most popular products. While our competitors scramble to find furnaces, air conditioners, and water heaters, we have plenty of stock, ready to be installed. Even though we have extra product, now we see demand at an all-time high. To sweeten the deal, we are also offering 0% financing on your new purchase. Just one more reason why more and more Central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
We are
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors.
and clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are.
Obsessively
relentlessly.
At your service.
Northwest pushes 2 across in their half of the 7th, and now they just need to hold serve, and they can escape with a Game 1 victory in this doubleheader. 5-3, Waukee Northwest leads Ankeny Centennial. Due up for the Jaguars will be Sydney Morris, Lauren Gustafson, and Jordan Kennedy. Couple of hits, couple of RBIs in this game, but you're going to need some heroics, and it starts with getting the leadoff batter on, which Northwest did in their half of the inning.
Yes. Yeah, getting that first runner on is going to be key. See if Sid can come up with a good at-bat here.
First pitch is a strike. That inside pitch has been called a strike the majority of this game.
And Utzman has utilized it well. Like I said, moving that location around. But that inside corner has been pretty... been a good key spot for her so far during the game.
Bartholomew threw that baseball. Didn't even really hardly throw it, and that thing went a long ways in a short amount of time. What an athlete. Utzman spins the ball into her glove, winds and fires. Nice curveball, but hit in the left, base hit. Sydney Morris gives the Jaguars life here in the 7th.
Sid Morris doing her job, lead off, get on the bag there. She's right there leading the Jags with hits and did what she had to do to try to get this rally going.
McSparron will be running for Sydney Morris at first base.
McSparron will run at first. Gustafson will now bat. Morris 2 for 2.
Number 29, the designated player, Lauren Gustafson.
So Gus up, had the double back in the 5th. Double here would make things very interesting. Infield in a little bit at the corners. I was looking at that pitch. I'm going to go back to the one Utzman just threw there that Starr hit. That thing had a lot of spin on it, right?
Yeah, it did, definitely. I mean, it was moving, had some spin on it. Sid Morris just kind of just reached out, got it off the end of the bat, and it was just enough of it. Get over the shortstop there and then out to the outfield and get herself on base.
And that pitch is inside.
Just had a baseball do a flyby there like a comet there.
So does a baseball count if it's into the net, or is it only softballs that go into the net?
We'll take any ball.
Okay.
We'll count any ball.
Just making sure. The 2-0 from Utzman is in there for a called strike. Likely see Gus pitch here in game 2. Shows the bat. Lead pulls it back. Boyd fakes the throw back down to first for McSparron, but instead goes back to the pitcher. 3-1, good hitters count. Ball 4. So the tying run is on board, and the winning run comes to the plate.
Gustafson walks, moving McSparron to second base.
So Jordan Kennedy, you started the year strong. A little bit of a fade. Let's see what you have here. What have you learned from your previous at-bats, Kevin?
I think she has to stay patient here, stay in the moment, and just see if she can pick out a pitch here to drive.
First pitch is a strike. Kennedy tonight, a double. A fly out and a ground out, 1 for 3. Represents the winning run. Hit in the air towards right, playable, but having to make a tough play off the right fielder, Smith. It bounces. They're going to hold the runner at third, then she comes home to score anyway. McSparron had the stop sign at third. She fell down, got back up, crawled to the plate, pulls it within 1.
That was one of those we were talking about earlier, that no. Oh, go. The ball went off the glove there and got so far away from the fielder, I think Coach Delaney thought they were going to recover, but by the time the recovery was there, McSparron was able to get back up and get all the way through to home plate.
So Klunder will bat. Has a chance to play hero. Winning run at first. Shows bunt. Gets it down. Fielded cleanly at third to throw to first. Gets the run up to second and runner up to third. So now, with only 1 out, it's up to Claire Suarez, who's had a really good game at the plate. Carnes, the nice field and throw.
Great sacrifice there by Klunder in that moment, getting the runners in scoring position here with 1 out. They have a great opportunity here to either tie it or maybe get the walk-off with a good hit.
Claire Suarez flicks the bat. First pitch comes in. That's been a good pitch for Maddie Utzman all game, that inside pitch to open up an advantage. Utzman looks in. The pitch. High. The runner at third is Gustafson. Runner at second is Kennedy. Kennedy right now has set the table for Suarez. 1 out. A ball and a strike. The pitch. Chav fouled. Had a chance. Did Boyd. She didn't know where it was, and nobody else could get to it, so it goes as, again, one of those long strikes.
Another shallow pop-up straight over the catcher's head. Unfortunately, it's hard to track down when you got a mask on and you got all that going on around you.
Suarez shows bunt on that orange and yellow bat, pulls it back, swung on, fouled back in to the screen. We'll do it again.
Suarez just looking for something here to either get the score tied, even a long fly ball would be good in this situation. Something in contact, get the runners moving.
The 1-2, swung on, fouled back into the net.
Good foul off there by Suarez. Utzman went back to that inside corner again like we've been talking about. She was just able to get a piece of it, keep the at-bat going.
Good smattering of fans here to the left and right of us in their black. They're cheering for their Jaguars. Utzman's trying to shut the door here on Suarez. Shows bunt, pulls it back. The pitch, hit, foul. Halfway between home and first on the foul side of the line.
A couple little shallow pop-ups that have been really close.
I knew it was foul the whole time. I just wanted a bit of little suspense for y'all. Come on now.
I was holding my breath a little bit.
So were the fans in black. Suarez, another chance. Ground ball towards short. Bartholomew looks the runner. There's 2 Jags between third and second. The run that you want is at third, and all the way back to third, getting there, is going to be Gustafson. Kennedy was running on the play, Bartholomew. That's not in the scorebook for stats on the look back that Bartholomew gave.
Across the mound look back. That was interesting there. I think didn't quite have the signal, Gustafson, on what to do on that situation, but was able to get back to the bag. I thought they were in big trouble there.
Boyle had a hit in the 4th. She's 1 of 3. She reached on an error back in the 6th. Again, still a chance for the Jaguars. First pitch fouled back into the net. And Utzman starts out ahead. Boyle holds the right hand up, asking for time, digs in, the black and white bat. Bat up high, the pitch from Utzman. Catches enough of the plate for a strike. And the Jaguars are down to their final strike. Winning run at second, tying run at third. Boyle. The pitch. Hit in the air, playable for second base. Kroll makes the grab, and the Wolves take game 1, 5-4. Jaguars make it interesting. They get a run on. They pull within 1 and had a chance for the winning run. Was at second, but just came up short. We'll recap the game, pick our player of the game, and say goodbye right after this. Northwest takes game number 1, 5-4 on CISN.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Hi, I'm Joe the Car Guy with Westside Auto. I'm excited to tell you about our new lifetime oil change plan. When you purchase our plan, you'll never have to pay for an oil change again. If you get a different car, simply transfer the plan over. If that car's oil needs are different than your original plan, just pay the difference. It couldn't be simpler. You won't have to worry about inflation or prices going up. Give us a call at Westside Auto Pros to get details on the lifetime oil change plan. And remember, when I say lifetime, I mean your lifetime, not just your car's.
Back here at Ankeny Northwest at the Centennial. Let me just say them all wrong and we'll just get it out of the way. Northwest and Centennial, the Wolves take game number 1, 5-4 here at Centennial High School tonight. And it started out with a bang with Reagan Bartholomew. Home run to left and didn't look back, and that is our player of the game. What do you think here, Kevin? What stood out for you?
She just showed that she's a very good at bat and just a tough out. Leading the game off with that home run and then following up with a couple singles there later in her other 2 at bats throughout the game. And and she's out there in the field, solid defensively at the same time. And great game, just an exciting ball game. Both teams had opportunities, just maybe a couple mental errors there on the bases once in a while, but really a good ball game to watch. Definitely, I love the energy out of both teams. Just a good, solid ball game.
Well, Bartholomew made some great defensive plays. A couple of times going to her right, which is across the body with the glove to make the stop. She just has incredible range. She's a lot longer than you realize when you stand next to her. I remember in basketball standing next to her and just not quite the full long basketball arms, but very long and rangy for a softball player, but just so good at the plate. Puts a strike and a fear in any time she comes to the plate.
She just has a good presence, whether it's a basketball court or a softball field. It's her presence that it lifts the other players on the team up. They recognize that, and that's why we saw her as the player of the game.
Maddie Utzman with 4 strikeouts. Not too bad in the circle either.
Did a good job. They got Jags got to her a little bit. She struggled, maybe a little bit of control issues the first inning or so, or second inning, but she settled down. Just some good at-bats by both the Jags and Jaguars and Northwest. But she settled down enough to get the last couple batters on some either soft pop-outs or weak ground-outs, and did her job.
Well, Northwest improves to 22-3. Centennial falls to 14-10. The Jaguars tonight, good hitting from the bottom of their lineup. Really, Claire Suarez was their big chance there at the end. I mean, Claire, sac fly, a hit, another hit, but then that play by Bartholomew again. That kind of
that's right.
Kind of changed things there in the 7th.
Claire did a great job coming in. You know, she doesn't typically start the first game. You'll see her once in a while maybe in the second game of a doubleheader, but she did a great job filling in at second base. Was a good presence at the plate herself, like you just mentioned a moment ago, and thought she did a great job taking that opportunity to start out in the first game tonight.
All righty. Well, thanks for watching game number 1 here on CISN. Kevin, thank you so much. Not sure if it'll be Andy or me. One of us are going to have the game with you here on Centennial Digital right after this. We'll move production from one network to another. So thank you guys from CISN. Good to see you all. That's it from Centennial as the Northwest Wolves win tonight. 5-4, so long from Centennial High School.